Good morning, students all. In the last class, we finished the second chapter, electric potential and capacitance. We'll start the new chapter, current electricity. So, chapter name is current electricity. Okay, important chapter both for CET and for the NEET. Try to place your attention to listen the class. So first of all, what is meant by electric current? Electric current is indicated by the letter small I or capital I. We can use small I or capital I. How we will define the electric current is the rate of flow of electric charge or the amount of charge flowing through a conductor in 1 second is called as the electric current. So formula for the electric current is I is equal to Q by T. This electric current will be, if we write the SI unit for this, SI unit will be Coulomb per second or ampere. SI unit will be ampere, or we can write Coulomb per second. It is a fundamental quantity. So in the physics, totally 7 fundamental quantities and 2 supplementary quantities will be there. This electric current will be a fundamental quantity. What are the fundamental quantities? Length, mass, time, electric current, temperature, quantity of matter, luminous intensity. All these are the fundamental quantities. Like that, electric current is also a fundamental quantity. It is a scalar quantity, though it is having both magnitude and direction. Electric current will have some magnitude. For example, this is a wire. In this wire, some 10 amperes current is flowing. So it is having magnitude of 10 amperes. It is going from left to right. So it is having direction also. So it is having both magnitude and direction, but it is a scalar quantity because it is not obeying the laws of vector addition. It is not, this electric current is not obeying the laws of vector addition. That's why electric current will be a scalar quantity. For example, here one wire is there. In this wire 10 ampere current is flowing. Here another wire is there. In this wire 20 ampere current is flowing. These two wires are joined here and the current in this wire will be 30 amperes. Whether this angle is 45 degrees, whether this angle is 60 degrees, whether that angle is 90 degrees, whatever it may be the angle between the two wires, the current in this wire will be always equal to 30 amperes only, means it is not obeying the laws of vector addition. That's why we can consider electric current is a scalar quantity, though it is having both magnitude and direction. Next, after finishing this, direction of current, if you see in any diagram, in any circuit, if we observe the direction of electric current, direction of current will represent direction of positive charge moving in a conductor. What is the meaning of this? See, for example, here one resistor is there. Here one battery is there. Current is flowing in this manner. If we represent, what it is representing, how positive charge is flowing in the circuit. That is representing by the direction of electric current. Actually, later they found positive charge is not moving, only electrons are moving. Then electrons moving will be opposite to the direction of electric current. So in this circuit, current is flowing through this in this manner. Then electrons, how they will move? They will move in this direction. Opposite to the direction of electric current, electrons will move. But what is the direction of the electric current? What it is representing? It is representing direction of positive charge moving in a circuit. Is it understanding? Next, in different situations, to identify the electric current, what formulas we have to use? Let us see. So, formulae to measure electric current, what formulas we will use? So basic formula for electric current is I is equal to Q by T. So if N electrons are moving in a conductor in time t, if n electrons are moving in a conductor in time t, then I is equal to Ne by T, where N is the number of electrons, E will be charge of the electron, T will be the time. How this formula has came? We know I is equal to Q by T. Q value is equal to Ne. So this value Ne by T. So we will use this formula to measure the strength of the current. Next, second one, a charge Q is moving in a circular path of radius r. A charge Q is moving in a circular path of radius r with velocity v. Then electric current produced is I is equal to QV by 2 pi r. Here a charge Q is there. It is moving in the circular path of radius r with velocity v. Find the strength of the electric current means I is equal to QV by 2 pi r. This formula we will use. How this is key means I is equal to, we can write Q by small t or Q by capital T, where T will be the time period. What is meant by time period? Time taken by a particle to complete one rotation. For example, it started from here. Again to come to here, how much time it is taking, that will be called as the time period. So we can write I is equal to Q by time period in the circular motion instead of time. So this T value will be equal to 2 pi by omega. Omega will be called angular velocity. So we will get this value as q omega by 2 pi. I is equal to q omega by 2 pi, but omega value is equal to v by r, because v is equal to r omega. We can write omega is equal to v by r. Therefore, I value will be how much? qv by 2 pi r. In this way, this formula will come. So, if a charge q or an electron is revolving around the nucleus in a particular orbit of radius r, find the current generated by that electron, means we have to use the formula I is equal to qv by 2 pi r. Okay. Next, after finishing of this, one more model will be there. Let us assume it is an evacuated glass tube. Evacuated means what? Air is completely removed in that glass tube. Then that glass tube will be called as the evacuated glass tube. Okay. It is having two terminals. One will be cathode, another one will be anode. It is emitting electrons, it is emitting protons. Let us assume if n1 electrons are moving from left to right, n1 number of electrons are moving from left to right, and n2 electrons are moving from right to left, means in this direction. Protons are coming. In an evacuated closed glass tube, then I is equal to n1 plus n2 into t, a glass tube in time t. Then I is equal to, we had to use the formula n1 plus n2 into E by t. This formula we will use in this case. Okay. Next, after finishing of this, let us see what is meant by drift velocity. We will find first initially, we will discuss what is meant by current density. Current density is indicated by the letter J. It is indicated by the letter J. J is equal to I by A. The amount of current flowing through a conductor per unit area of cross section. Per unit area of cross section, how much current is flowing through a conductor. For example, it is a conductor. Its area of cross section is 20 centimeter square, this one. From this, some current of 10 ampere is flowing. What is the current density of the conductor, means what we have to say? The amount of current flowing through the conductor per unit area of cross section. That will be called as the current density. So SI unit, if we write for this, current unit will be ampere, area unit will be meter square. So ampere per meter square, that will be the SI unit. Next, it is a vector quantity. Current will be a scalar quantity, but area will be a vector quantity here. That's why J will be a vector quantity, and sometimes they will give current density vector. They will give area vector. Find the current, like that questions will be there. Then we have to use the formula J bar dot A bar. Current density vector and area vector is given. Then to find the electric current, we have to use the formula I is equal to J bar dot A bar. In the same way, sometimes if current is constant, okay. To find the electric current, we will use the formula I is equal to Q by T. If charge is not constant, charge, not current, charge is not constant, it is time dependent, then find the electric current. Like that questions will be there. So means Q is equal to 2t square plus 3t plus 4. Find the current at t is equal to 2 seconds. Like that questions will be there. If charge is dependent on the time, means charge is variable, charge is not constant, then to find the electric current, we had to use the formula I is equal to dq by dt. For example, if you take this one, Q is this one, find electric current at t is equal to 2 seconds. Like that any question is there, then we have to use d by dt of 2t square plus 3t plus 4. If you differentiate this one, this will be 4t plus 3, and t is equal to 2 seconds they gave. So 4 into 2 plus 3, 8 plus 3, 11 amperes. So current charge is constant. Find the electric current means directly we can use the formula I is equal to Q by T. If charge is variable, find the electric current means we have to use the formula I is equal to dq by dt. Remember that. And sometimes they will give current. Current is variable. Find time dependent. Find the charge. Like that also questions will be there. Then what we have to do? If from this I is equal to dq by dt, dq is equal to I into dt, q is equal to integral dq, integral I dt. I is given, that is time dependent. I is equal to 4t plus 3. Find the charge at t is equal to 2 seconds. Like that questions will be there. At that time what formula you have to use? Q is equal to integral I into dt. I is equal to dq by dt. Find the electric current. If charge is variable. If current is variable, find the charge means integral I into dt. These formulas we have to use. Next, after finishing of this, what is meant by drift velocity? Drift velocity is indicated by the letter Vd. Okay, If you consider any conductor, in conductors charge carriers will be electrons. Electrons are randomly moving inside the conductor. They are the charge carriers for conductors. For example, it is a conductor, one metal wire. We created electric field across the ends of the conductor. We created electric field by connecting it to a battery or otherwise. This end is connected to positive terminal. This end is connected to negative terminal. So we created potential difference across the conductor, positive, negative. Then the electrons in the conductor will gain some velocity. That velocity will be called as the drift velocity. So what is meant by drift velocity? The velocity acquired by the electrons in a conductor when electric field is applied across the ends of the conductor. The velocity acquired by the electrons in a conductor when electric field is applied across the ends of the conductor is called drift velocity. Across the ends of the conductor, if we apply electric field, the velocity acquired by the electrons will be called as the drift velocity. The electrons here will move towards the positive plate with some velocity. That velocity will be called as the drift velocity. And formula for the drift velocity Vd is equal to minus E by m into tau. Negative sign is indicating the electrons are moving opposite to the applied electric field. Electric field direction is like this, but electrons are coming in the opposite direction. So Vd is equal to minus E by m into tau, where E will be charge of the electron, small e. Capital E will be intensity of the electric field or electric field strength. M will be mass of the electron, tau will be relaxation time. Write down where E is equal to charge of electron. Capital E is equal to intensity of electric field. M is equal to mass of electron. Tau is equal to relaxation time. What is meant by relaxation time? The average collision time between two electrons in a conductor when the electric field is applied across the ends of the conductor is called relaxation time. These electrons are drifting towards the positive plate, but already here also electrons will be there. Then this electron will come and collide, this will come and collide, it will come and collide. The average time of collision between two electrons in a conductor when electric field is applied across the ends of the conductor will be called as the drift velocity. Drift velocity formula is this one. Okay. Next, drift velocity per unit electric field is called as the mobility. When electric field we are applied na, if we apply 1 volt per meter electric field, the acquired velocity of the electrons, that will be called as the mobility. So how we will define the mobility means, it is indicated by the letter mu. Mu is equal to Vd by E, drift velocity per unit electric field. That will be called as the mobility. If we write SI unit for this, what is the SI unit? For velocity, meter per second. For electric field, volt per meter. So this value, meter square, volt inverse, second inverse, that will be the SI unit. Your velocity is a vector quantity, electric field strength is a vector quantity, so mobility is a vector quantity. On this they asked one question in the NEET 2020. What the question they asked? See, a charged particle having drift velocity of 7.5 into 10 power minus 4 meter per second in an electric field of 3 into 10 power minus 10 volt per meter has mobility in meter square, volt inverse, second inverse is, options they gave 2.25 into 10 power minus 15, 2.25 into 10 power 15, next 2.5 into 10 power 6, 2.5 into 10 power minus 6. They asked in 2020, this year paper, okay, last year paper. Then what the answer here is, mu is equal to Vd by E. Vd value will be 7.5 into 10 power minus 4. E value 3 into 10 power minus 10. 7.5 by 3 means 2.5. This value 10 power 6 meter square, volt inverse, second inverse. So this will be the answer for this. Okay. Simple chapter only, easy chapter. Direct questions will be there in the chapter. Okay.